Good morning. Welcome to your Wednesday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. I had to think for a minute what day it was. So, I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here were some words to give you something to ponder during the course of the day. And I was muscle testing for a card deck, and nothing was testing strong, so it just dropped into my brain to test for a book, and it ends up being Outrageous Openness by Tosha Silver, letting the divine take the lead. And I think this message is very much for me today, and probably for a lot of you. So the way I was describing it yesterday was, I'm feeling like I don't, good morning, Joe, welcome, welcome. I'm feeling like I don't fit in my skin right now. Like I don't fit in the earth, on the earth comfortably. Almost that caterpillar thing of the skin's beginning to crack. It doesn't fit anymore. So did a bunch of journaling, trying to put my finger on, okay, what's needed here, and thus this chapter. So again, we're reading from Outrageous Openness, letting the divine take the lead. And this chapter is called, of all things, Death Becomes Her. Death Becomes Her. So, a couple of nice deep breaths to settle in. And actually, I'm going to have us do a round of tapping before we read the chapter 2. Good morning, CJ. Glad you are here. So I just want to do a round of tapping, no words, just with the intention that it opens us up to receive this chapter that we're going to be receiving. So let's start by just tapping on the side of your hand where your baby finger is. And if you like, you can do both of them at the same time. I kind of like that overload feel. So just tapping for a bit. And if you're wearing glasses, you might want to take them off because it's easier to tap around your eyes that way, but I'm going to leave mine on just because. So inside corner of the eyebrows. And our intention is just to open ourselves up for this message today. Under or beside the eyes. Under the eyes. And I was talking to my friend Kayleen yesterday, and so much is opening up for her that it was just interesting to observe. Under the nose. When we are ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Under the mouth. Collarbone spot. I like that one. That's a very soothing one. Under the arms, like where the bra strap would run across. I call it the monkey. And around the crown of your head. And just take a nice deep breath in. Let it go. And here is our chapter. Death Becomes Her. Florence Scovel Shinn is the quote. It says, anything forced into manifestation through personal will is always ill-gotten. So, this is Tosha's part. One of my favorite books is the deceptively, oh boy, that's a hard word to say this morning. Deceptively, there we go. Simple tome called The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn, a New York metaphysician from the 1940s with a disarmingly direct manner. I loved her instantly because I think Tosha has a disarmingly direct manner. She shared the basic principles of divine order and selection with pristine clarity. Discovering this text changed me overnight. I started seeing how anyone could learn to dance with life if the mind was kept positive and receptive. The book with the funny, archaic name, The Game of Life and How to Play It, became my Bible. In one story, Shinn told of a woman who coveted a certain home. You can already see where this is not going to turn out well, right? Good morning, Deb. Glad you are here. We're reading a chapter from Outrageous Openness. In one story, Shinn told of a woman who coveted a certain home. Every day she visualized herself there, totally transfixed. When the owner finally died one day of a sudden illness, the woman bought the place, thrilled that her dream had come true. Yet from the moment she moved in, a nightmare ensued, including the unexpected death of her own partner. One day she asked Shinn if she had helped cause the former owner's passing through her obsession. And here's the bluntness. Shinn replied, quite likely. Your determination to get what you wanted was so strong, you helped the other woman leave. Now you're reaping the fruit. She went on, "It would have been far better to call in divine right order and say, 'Bring the home that's right for me. Let divine order pick the perfect place that's meant to be mine.'" Again, yeah. Oh, good, good, good. Yes. Deb says, "I mentioned the book yesterday and it's on her list." This is an amazing little book. And again, if you have not discovered thriftbooks.com, check them out, because you can get a lot of books for $3.98, $4.98. They're very inexpensive. You can pick the quality of the book you want. Like, some people don't care if it's highlighted and dog-eared and whatever. I kind of like them pristine myself, but $3.98 for a book. And then when you get over a certain amount of money, I think it's 10 or 15 bucks, your order's free for shipping. So most definitely check them out, thriftbooks.com. But this idea of asking the universe to bring you what's in your highest and best good, instead of you forcing your will on it, is huge. Make that one change and life will be very different. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, given that things are up in the air and I'm uncertain where I'm supposed to be going, what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think part of what's triggering this right now is the return to school. Kids are going back to school. Fall for me, it was always that place of, okay, now it's time to hunker down, get some stuff done, follow my path. And this year, I'm still sitting in the meadow on the rock with the sun shining down, waiting to figure out, where am I supposed to go? Good morning, Lori. Glad you are here. We're doing outrageous openness. So I'm going to go back to that last statement, the Florence Scovel Shinn statement, and then to Tosha's reaction to it. She went on, "It would have been far better to call in divine order and say, 'Bring the home that's right for me. Let divine order pick the perfect place that's meant to be mine.'" Tosha says, "Well, that story scared the bejesus out of me. I could feel its essential truth. My own strong attachments had often created painful, chaotic results." Anybody chime in with this? The more I try to make something happen, cram the square peg in the round hole, whatever, the worse things get. It doesn't go well, all right? I was almost spent. Florence's book had arrived like the cavalry. Rather than blindly chasing outcomes, she taught me to inwardly ask, "Let things happen as they are meant to, in the highest way for all involved." And there's kind of a tenet of an intentional community that I've been looking at lately. It's not just what's in it for me, what's good for me, etc., but what's in the highest good for all involved. And inherent in that thought is the idea that there is a win-win for everybody. We don't have to be competitive. We don't have to do the I win and you lose, or you win and I lose. It's we can all win. We can all win, all right? Let things happen as they are meant to, in the highest way for all involved. If you ask the universe to bring what's right, you can't go wrong. I've watched through thousands of readings how trouble invariably follows when someone tries to commandeer what's not theirs. Let's hear that again. I've watched through thousands of readings. She was a psychic before she started doing all this other stuff. I mean, she's still a psychic, but this is what her business was doing readings. How trouble invariably follows when someone tries to commandeer what's not theirs. Even the word disaster means going against the stars. Going against the stars. So something isn't meant to unfold that way. Quit trying to make it unfold that way, because you're going to muck things up. Divine right order always brings the right solution at the right time. You learn to relax and follow the cosmically ordained path when it appears. You won't miss it. And that was a piece that was very soothing to me, that idea that we can't screw this up. The only screw up we can make is when we're trying to make things happen, okay? So when we allow, things go better. So for myself right now, that feeling of I'm not fitting in my own skin, this is uncomfortable, things just aren't, it's clunky, belches, wheezes, and coughs. Realizing that all of that is serving that higher purpose of opening the door of what's meant to come next. I don't need to freak out about the fact that I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now. It's already ordained. It's already in the stars. It's already selected for me. And what's happening right now is the busting out of the old skin that no longer fits and preparing to step into the new skin. So, the people who are going to have the hardest time with this are the people who are way into their divine masculine, to the point where it is unhealthy divine masculine. It's all about me, it revolves around me, gotta make things happen, gotta work, etc. The solution is to gently, kindly, lovingly bring in some divine feminine. I open myself to receiving whatever's in divine right order and divine right timing. I bide my time, knowing that what's coming to me is in my highest and best good and the highest and best good of all those around me. All right? So practice that. Make a card. So I'm going to pull up one of mine just as an example. Expansive consciousness dissolves obstacles. That idea of take the girdle off your brain, Bonnie. Let yourself expand. Let there be bigger thoughts, bigger beliefs, bigger desires, and see what unfolds. So I love this little chapter. I mean, it certainly has an interesting title, Death Becomes Her, but that whole idea of allowing things to unfold, being positive and receptive, asking the universe to bring to you, which it can't not bring to you, what's in divine right order and divine right timing. We don't have to rush stuff, right? And that actually fits in with my Deepak and Oprah meditation for today, which was living agelessly. I am ageless and timeless. The core of my being is the ultimate reality. I am universe and the source of all that exists. So we don't have to get all wound up around pursuing outside stuff. I need this car, this house, this partner, this ring, this job, this whatever it is, this amount of money coming in. We can allow what comes to us to come to us. We can be open, inviting it in, receptive, kind of like standing on your front porch and whipping your door open and saying, come on in, all right? So that's your mission for today. I want you to practice that openness to receiving, letting go of what you think you ought to get and embracing what actually comes your way. It's going to feel awkward and weird to some of you. Practice, 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 practice. It is not what we've been taught to do, but it is a great way to live a life. All right? So have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.